The final of the Amateur Championship teed off at 8:30 a.m, but the dedicated greenkeepers at Muirfield clocked on much earlier than that, cutting holes and ensuring that the grand old venue was pristine as usual. 2 rounds, 36 holes, would decide whether Zhen Jiang or James Byrne received the trophy and a full package of dream invitations. Not a penny was involved, but the stakes were undeniably high.
Well, they get into the Open Championship as of right, an exemption straight in, having won this event, and they'll be in the Open next month in July at St Andrews, 150th anniversary of the championship, so it's a big one. And they're also invited to play in the Masters tournament at Augusta in April, and I know that's a great highlight for them too. The amateur connection to the Masters through Bobby Jones and his legacy is huge, and they made a great fuss of there. They get to stay on site in the Crow's Nest and play in the tournament. And both the Open and the Masters spots are a big attraction for the winner of the amateur.
Peter Dawson, the RNA chief executive, was there on the first tee to see the final get underway.
On the tee from South Korea, Jin Jong. On the tee from Bankery, James Byrne.
John, you've been at the pinnacle of the amateur game, representing GB and Ireland in the Walker Cup at Pine Valley. Explain to us the nerves these two are currently feeling.
Well, this is the pinnacle of the event, isn't it? The final, where they wanted to get to. They know what's at the end of it, and the nerves are there. They've played well all week to get here, so there's no reason to doubt yourself, but Jeong at the left of the first, and arguably the toughest par 4 opening hole in championship golf. Breeze coming hard off the right, and the whole swings left to right, so one cancels the other out. Trying to hold the face square through this, well, thickish rough. He's made a pretty good job of it to get it just left of the green. No, I don't think he's in the bunker down the left-hand side. There's a little swale.
Jeong's putting has been so good all week that a situation like that, he's not under any real pressure. He feels as though he's going to save par. Now Byrne.
Well, that's the problem with coming out of the rough. Hard to control the ball. Right to left spin on it, right to left breeze, and it's a chilly day for the final. Wrapped up against this wind whipping in.
With a patriotic gallery following. The ball went some way down that path to the second tee. It's not an easy chip and putt, this.
You've been a little bit fortunate, though, to finish on the cut and prepared. Look what's either side of it. Slightly nervy start. So much expectation on James Byrne.
There's Richie Ramsey, another Aberdonian, 2006 US Amateur Champion, this year's South African Open Champion on the European Tour.
Jeong electing to putt out at the swale. I'm surprised he did. Chipping back into the breeze, he could have nipped that with a little sand wedge. So neither player anywhere near dead. And this is where I feel the match will be won on 5 and 6 footers. Who can hold the most of them?
Interested spectator, Siu, James Byrne's mother, who hails from Singapore. What a way to begin. It's bad enough, you know, to lose the first hole of any match. To lose it with a bogey is particularly galling, and so, consequently, Jeong under early pressure.
He's putted well, though, so far this week. Back into the breeze, can be aggressive, might just move a little from right to left.
Have to agree with you, John. That came as something of a surprise. Well, Byrne, with a 5 to a 4, has an immediate spring in his step. The next 3 holes would be halved before Byrne struck a sweet driver on the 559-yard fifth. From the fairway, audacious. He two-putted for a birdie. Zhang only made par, and the Scot promisingly moved 2 up.
As for Jiang, much like the weather, his putter began to warm up. This for a birdie on the 8th. Left to right swinger, but he nails it. Beautiful putt. He went on to win the 9th as well with another birdie. He bogeyed the 10th to fall behind again, but was back on level terms after this classy approach set up a birdie on the tough par 4 11th.
You get the feeling into his stride. On the 12th, at 380 yards, another relatively short par 4, there were fireworks. First, Byrne nudged it down to short range for a birdie, leaving Zhang with work to do to achieve a quality half. Equal to the task, and by the time they walked onto the 18th tee, Zhang was 2 up because Byrne was responsible for bogeys on the 14th and there at the 17th. A 4-hole swing in 12 holes, and Byrne's second shot control to the 18th was compromised by finding the left-hand rough.
Ball sat down a little bit. Have to pitch this short iron, but nevertheless seemed to slide the club underneath quite nicely. Could really do with winning this hole. Get into lunch with something out of it. Led early on, but that's the beauty of match play, and that's a great second shot.
We've said Johnny comes from ASU. Former students there: Phil Mickelson, Paul Casey, Billy Mayfair, Per Ulrich Johansson.
You'd have to say that's quite a classy list of players as Zhang plays into the 18th. The luxury of it being down breeze hit the hole. Oh, my word. Well, so perfect are these surfaces. Coming down breeze, it was always going to be hard to stop it. But it's been an entertaining first 18 holes of the final.
And we have to emphasise Zhang's performance throughout the week. Exceptional, especially considering his relative lack of experience with links golf.
Absolutely. If he holds this, well, he'd have had a good stab at being 3 up after lunch. Now, the beauty of match play, James Byrne has a chance to get it back to 1 going into lunch.
And in match play, John, you know much better than me, momentum is a great ally.
Good roll. Oh, no. Well, it is 2. And he had a
Hole
chance.
halves in 4. Zhang is 2 up. The final will resume at 1 o'clock.
So, having found himself 2 down after 5, Zhang 2 up through 18. The Korean flag flying proudly at Muirfield. But this was potentially only halfway. The name to be engraved on the trophy still very much open to question. Would Asia or Europe supply the 125th anniversary amateur champion on these sun-kissed links? Byrne was a talented swimmer before he took up golf. Could he successfully swim against the tide here?